Good morning, and thank you for joining us here for another installment of our Real People, Real Conversations video series with SC Thrive. Today, we are joined by Rowan Goodrich, who works with the South Carolina Department on Aging. Rowan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Outstanding. And we very much appreciate all of the partnership opportunities that we've had with the Department on Aging and just some of the projects that we've worked with together. And just to get us started, can you tell us about your role at the Department on Aging and how it relates to senior nutrition programs?
Absolutely. So my background is that I'm actually a registered dietitian and a program manager with the Department on Aging. And in my role, I oversee the federally mandated senior nutrition programs of the Older Americans Act. So that includes the home delivered meals program, as well as the congregate dining program, which are meals served in group settings. So different sites such as senior centers, faith-based organizations, recreation centers, or even restaurants. And the program also includes nutrition education for older adults who are receiving the meals.
Awesome. And it feels like a lot of your focus, obviously, and clearly on getting seniors connected to nutrition and making sure they're aware of the benefits of that. Why is it important to focus on nutrition for senior citizens?
Well, good nutrition is definitely important at any age, but it's especially important for older adults. Eating a healthy diet keeps our aging bodies healthy and strong. Lots of reasons, but nutritious foods are very important, as we know, for healthy weight maintenance, which can lower our older adults' risk of developing chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease, which is a top killer in older adults. And also, good nutrition helps to preserve our muscles. We naturally start to lose muscle after the age of 40. Every year it's estimated we lose about 1% of muscle each year. So of course, eating nutritious foods helps to maintain that muscle and keep us strong. And then another focus, of course, is how nutrition is good for our immune systems. As we age, our ability to absorb nutrients decreases, and our immune system also declines. So a healthy diet helps to give us a boost.
Absolutely. And it sounds like it also takes a little bit of the burden off of our healthcare systems, making sure the folks are healthy at all ages, getting the nutrition that they need. So it definitely sounds beneficial to the community in that regard. I'm kind of curious, what are some of the challenges seniors face in maintaining a healthy diet?
So there's definitely a multitude of challenges that can be experienced. For example, a lot of older adults may experience a decreased appetite, especially for those who live alone or socially isolated. Depression can kind of set in and decrease people's intakes of food, especially healthy food. Also, older adults are often on medications or lots of different medications that can decrease their appetite because of taste changes and limit their healthy food intake. Other things such as oral health challenges. Older adults may suffer issues with their dentition, so chewing and swallowing can become an issue, or their mobility can become decreased. So they may actually have challenges with their physical ability to shop or even prepare meals. And then one last thing, of course, is financial strain. This can be very prevalent among older adults, and it can make it very difficult for seniors to access high quality foods.
Absolutely. Yeah. It sounds like there's a ton of variables there as far as the challenges that these folks may face and just the difficulty they have in ensuring that what they're receiving is going to be the best option for them. Could you provide maybe some insight into the impact of proper nutrition on the overall health and well-being of seniors?
Yes, absolutely. So access and intake of nutrition foods is definitely a key component to healthy aging, because it helps older adults maintain their independence in their own homes. And like I alluded to before, it can actually decrease hospital readmissions and hospital length of stay. It can help older adults feel stronger and energized so that they're not only living longer, but that they are able to live vibrantly.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in our work together, I've noticed that access is one of the larger challenges that folks may face. Transportation being one that comes up a great deal. So it's great to see organizations like the South Carolina Department on Aging and Healthy Palmetto working to make sure that these folks have that access. For folks who may not be aware of just what exactly a win looks like in this area, can you share some of the success stories or examples of how these programs have positively affected the lives of seniors in our community?
Yeah, absolutely. A great example I have would be something I actually went to go and experience. It's a boots on the ground experience back in March. Each year in the month of March, we actually celebrate the Older Americans Act Senior Nutrition Program. It's an annual celebration. And I had an opportunity to actually visit a congregate meal site called the 96 Depot Cafe, which is located in Greenwood County. And I saw firsthand how this group of older adults had truly bonded through regular socialization and activities, all centered around that hot and nutritious midday meal. It was fabulous. Like the older adults were just smiling and interacting, and they were actually learning how to prepare a delicious yet simple recipe. It was a black-eyed peas and rice recipe from the Cooking Matters curriculum. SNAP Ed, Clemson University Youth Learning Institute was there, actually providing the education, hands-on nutrition education. And the participants there told me their stories. They said because of being there, the food, the nutritious food, the education, they had better control over their weight. They had increased confidence with picking and choosing healthier food options. And, it gave them that unique opportunity to be with other people and connect, to eat more nutritious foods.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like it really also gives an opportunity for community and interactivity and having folks, get out and meet with others. I've definitely seen the folks from Clemson out in the community doing the work, and they've always been very educational, very informative. But along those lines, how does the South Carolina Department on Aging collaborate with these local organizations and partners to ensure that seniors have the access to the nutritious foods that they need?
So we're a network kind of structure. So statewide, the Department of Aging works with 10 area agencies on aging. We call them AAAs. So you'll probably hear me say that quite a bit. AAAs, area agencies on aging. And we also work with contracted local service providers. And basically, those are the councils on aging. Those are the recreation centers. Those are the caterers. All together, we make up that network to provide access to nutritious food. So, I focused on the home delivered meal program, the congregate meal program, which are the core programs that we focus on. But we also do look at other nutrition supports, because the meal is just one part of the puzzle. A lot of our AAAs and local service providers also work with their food banks and food pantries to provide additional nutrition supports. We also have a lot of the AAAs and local service providers participating in the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, which is the seasonal fresh fruit and vegetable voucher program for low-income seniors that is run by DSS and the Department of Agriculture. And then, of course, we also may assist with SNAP applications, either directly. We'll have AAAs that will help with the applications, but we also ask that SC Thrive also assist us with that process, because it definitely takes a team and a network approach to assist with that part too.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in my personal experience and being part of those collaborative efforts, I'm always so amazingly impressed with the communication and the collaboration that go on with these agencies, because honestly, when you have that many folks involved in working to a common goal, it can be very easy for for folks to be disconnected and for these efforts not to be all sort of rowing in the same direction towards the same goal. So I've always been incredibly impressed with that. But, knowing that there are any number of agencies and any number of strategies that are in place to ensure that seniors are getting, the nutrition that they need. In your experience, what are some of the key strategies for raising awareness about the importance of senior nutrition and these available resources that are out there for folks who may need them?
Well, I definitely like to take the opportunity to plug Malnutrition Awareness Week. It's held annually in September, and this year it will be held the week of September 18th. And I always feel like this is the perfect opportunity to highlight the importance of senior nutrition. Like I said, it's actually an annual campaign, but it's really helpful because you can use it to educate older adults, community members, and stakeholders about the detection, intervention, and treatment of malnutrition. So we always take this opportunity, the Department of Aging, to share resources and information. And we do a lot of that through social media. So during this week, we really invite anybody watching to visit our Facebook page because you'll see different messaging on there and different resources about malnutrition, and even information about our agency and the things that our area agencies on aging are doing and how we can help combat malnutrition.
Yeah, absolutely. And that would be the South Carolina Department on Aging's Facebook page that they would look to for that?
Absolutely, yes.
Awesome. Well, I know we just sort of covered a little bit of it here, but are there any other upcoming initiatives or projects that the South Carolina Department on Aging are working on to further enhance the senior nutrition programs in South Carolina?
So a big focus we have would be our growing aging population. So by the year 2030, all baby boomers will be at least 65 years of age or older. Along with that, we recognize that we're serving a really expansive group of people. They're diverse in their wants, their needs, their desires. And we have to really focus on how to attract this younger, older population to our services so we can assist them with the supports that they need in the way that they want to be supported. So we're really looking at how we can kind of modernize some of our approaches. And an example of that would be how we're looking at restaurant partnerships as a congregate dining option. Traditional meal sites at senior centers and rec centers are wonderful things. But we also recognize that for some, that might not be the place they want to have a congregate meal. They might be looking for something more modernized, or it could be they're in a community where a restaurant is actually the only option, like a mom and pop type restaurant. So that's kind of what we're looking at on the horizon. And I'm hoping this time next year, we'll have some projects off the ground.
Yeah, so it sort of sounds like there's not really going to be a one size fits all answer here. So the South Carolina Department on Aging sort of has to look at, unique and interesting ways to sort of approach the situation and make sure that they're offering a solution that would work not for everyone, but, for someone. So what we're trying to do is make sure that we have a different option for folks based on what their particular experience or situation may be.
Absolutely.
Outstanding. So what role can community members and volunteers play in supporting senior nutrition efforts? And how would someone go about getting involved if this was something that they, thought that they could assist with or wanted to participate in?
So volunteerism is really an important part to help support our programs, whether this be actually packing up meals, delivering meals to those who are homebound, or even assisting with grocery delivery. There's really a part for everyone. And interested individuals can contact a 1-800 number that we have. This is the number to the Department on Aging. The number is 1-800-868-9095. And basically, if they let our office know that they'd be like to connect it to their local area agency on aging, because like I said before, there's 10 of them. So depending on what county you're in, you'd be connected to your designated AAA. And they, in turn, can help find out which senior centers and meal sites are close to you for some wonderful volunteering opportunities.
Absolutely. Can you, this a little bit separate from the volunteer conversation that we're having, but can you discuss sort of the intersection of senior nutrition programs and food insecurity among older adults in South Carolina for those folks who may not be aware of what exactly the stakes are with these programs and how it does impact our senior community?
Yeah, so the Older Americans Act senior nutrition programs it actually says in the act specifically that the purpose is to reduce hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition in older adults. Like I said, that the program provides an opportunity not only for that nutritious meal, but also education so that participants learn about healthful meal preparation and menu planning on a budget. So it's giving those tools and resources for closing the food insecurity gap. And also for those who have food insecurity that's related to transportation access, we do have those home delivered meal services, and also congregate transportation services is another program under the Older Americans Act called Title 3B that includes transportation. We know that these nutrition programs are successful because every year there's a national survey, and the most recent results show that 53% of participants indicated that one congregate meal provides 1/2 or more of their total food for the day. And 70% of participants say they eat healthier because of a meal program.
Yeah, that seems really impactful. And I know just in our work together before, we've promoted a lot of different programs. One that I found it could be super beneficial for seniors was the Healthy Bucks program that we had done a little promotion around that really helps seniors manage their budget and stretch the dollars as much as possible when trying to access fresh and nutritional food offerings, whether it be at farmers markets or grocery stores or wherever they may use it. It feels like being able to kind of just take a little bit of burden off of them really goes a long way in making sure that they're able to make the most out of the resources and benefits. So I certainly see the impact of the work that you guys are doing every day. For those who, again, a lot of our work is promoting the programs and making sure that people are informed and educated about them. For older adults, family members, caregivers, or seniors, folks who may just have a family friend who could use the assistance, how can they become more informed about the available resources to better support their loved ones' nutritional needs?
So definitely, I would say contacting their local area agents on aging is a great way to find out about regional and county specific resources. Each AAA actually has an information and referral assistance specialist who is there ready to listen and refer to the things that are needed. Nutritional needs can be very complex at times and compounded by other factors that the individual is experiencing. So we take a very holistic approach and provide person-centered assistance. So they'll look at all the parts, like they'll look at what type of financial assistance supports are needed. They'll look at rental assistance programs. They'll look at SNAP. They'll also look at in-home care services that may be necessary to help with meal preparation. And then they'll also look at things like connecting individuals to transportation programs. Each AAA also has a family caregiver support program. So we can get very specific with the type of supports needed for caregivers as well. So the way to actually contact your AAA and to find your AAA, you could do that through contacting that toll-free number I'd mentioned earlier, which again is 1-800-868-9095. But you could also visit our website to find out about different programs and resources and track down your area agency on aging there as well. And that website address is www.getcaresc.com.
Outstanding. And I'm sort of relatively new to working with nutritional programs for seniors and for children in South Carolina. This being my first year, some of the things that I think I found most interesting or just notable or surprising were some of the mythology that's around the applying for benefits and resources for seniors. I found that these folks are constantly under attack from folks who are trying to take advantage of and or scam them. And there's a lot of, I'd say, misunderstanding surrounding the benefits and also what the negative implications of applying for these programs. A lot of folks think that somehow they could be negatively impacted by applying for SNAP. And we found in our work together, that's not the case at all. In fact, I recommend everyone who feels they may need the assistance to apply for the assistance, because there's no downside to applying. Worst case scenario is that you don't qualify. Best case scenario, you're getting a little bit more of extra help and making sure you have access to those benefits and resources. Is there anything of note in your work as you've been doing this and have been an expert at it for a much longer time than myself in my 1 year? Is there anything that's really struck you or that you've noticed that was really impactful in your work?
An impactful thing. I would say the project that we have worked on together, SC Thrive and Department of Aging, the Senior SNAP Toolkit has been a really great resource, because I feel like we're hitting the area where we need to with the myth busting with SNAP. And we're really focusing on connecting with those community workers, because a lot of times those are the first line contact with individuals to help encourage them to apply for SNAP. So we're trying to break down those walls now so people are more willing to apply if they would like to, because sometimes they, like you said, they aren't applying because of just myths that they're hearing. So I feel like this is just a whole other angle that maybe hasn't been approached before by our agency. So I think it's just a wonderful opportunity just to kind of spread the word through our Area Agency on Aging network.
Yeah, absolutely. And that program with the Senior Resource Toolkit was very educational for me. Just the opportunities that folks might not have been aware of, where they can be saving money, getting resources and benefits. Folks who may just be caregivers to their grandchildren, having access to certain benefits that they might not have been aware of. I found it to be very beneficial, very educational. I was really happy to be able to do that work with you guys. Well, I promised you that I wouldn't keep you for long, and I very much appreciate you joining us today, Rowan. Thank you so much for all of the work that you do in ensuring that seniors are having access to benefits, resources, and nutritional meals in South Carolina. And we look forward to continuing our work together.
Thank you so much, Brian. Again, this is a wonderful opportunity to get to talk about all the work we are doing and hope to continue in the future with some of these innovations. So thank you.